Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and today is Saturday, May 29th. Happy birthday to my brother Tim. He doesn't watch, but you know, today's his birthday. And this is a channel about cross stitch. So let's get to it. I was just a little quick life update. We just got back a couple days ago on Thursday from camping or glamping. We were staying in a very nice rental cabin thing, and it wasn't like a rustic cabin, you know, on the inside. It was very, very modern house. It was very nice. You know, had all the, you know, appliances and amenities and lots of big bedrooms, and there was even a kind of a hot tub whirlpool kind of thing in the bathroom that my sister and I were sharing. We were like, I guess it was like a master bedroom with you know, a big bed and big bathroom and everything else. And so but our whole family, what was nice is our whole family was able to stay in the same cabin. So there were, I think, 9 of us or something, 10 of us maybe, staying in this big cabin. And so it was so nice, and it had like a deck and a barbecue and things like that. So it was, you know, it wasn't roughing it camping like we used to do with tents and things like that. But it was nice, and what was nice too is that, you know, down here in Phoenix, it's already bumping the hundreds. It's in the upper 90s to low hundreds daily, and up there in Greer, it was like in the 70s, low to mid 70s in as highs. And it got down to, I remember seeing 39 on my phone at one point for the, you know, at night, 39, 40s, whatever. So it was pretty cold. It was pretty cold there. Like there was one day, I guess we went up on Monday. We were there Tuesday, Wednesday, I guess it was. That it was very windy, and so the wind was very cold, and yeah, there were times when it was really cold just because of the wind, and but otherwise it was wonderful. This little brook, you know, I guess it's the Little Colorado River, you know, goes by the cabin, just feet from outside. So it was nice, but it was, you know, like I said, it was very cold up there. It was great. It was great. We did, my sisters and I did record a video from up there. So it should be okay. We were out on the deck of the cabin, and we're not going to record today because we're going to work on that video and release that video, you know, in the place of our usual Saturday recording, whatever. So, you know, and one of the reasons we didn't release it earlier or do anything else was that the internet up there was we had Wi-Fi in the cabin or whatever, but it wasn't real strong coverage and all that. So. But it'll come out this weekend, the one we did up at Greer. So it should be good. Okay, so, well, there's one thing I want to talk about. When we were in Greer, I bought, there was a little kind of a convenience store kind of just down the road from where we were staying. So we went there a few times. It was very nice. You know, my dad had a little bit of a spill while we were up there. He fell on the ground and, you know, cut up his hand a little bit. So what was really nice is that I guess the day before we had gone in there on Tuesday, I guess, because I went to brush my teeth and realized my battery and my electric toothbrush was dead. And because of my stroke, I have to use an electric toothbrush for my teeth because I can't brush with my right hand. You know, my right hand had, you know, was the one affected by the stroke. My left hand, I can't do the thing. So, you know, I used an electric toothbrush. So I had taken it up there, but the battery had died, and so we went to this little. That was one of the reasons we went to the little store, as well as a few other things that we needed. But oh, I meant to bring. Hold on one second. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and do all the Greer stuff while I'm doing it all. So anyway, at this general store, the girl, we were all in there kind of invading the store. So the girl who was the clerk, met us all there, and we were, talking about, being up there, the cabin and all that. So Greer, we found out, is a tiny little hamlet because they only have about 50 year-round residents, and the rest of them are people like us. There's a lot of rental cabins and lodges and things like that. So, that's the whole, tourist industry up there and everything else. But it was really nice. It was mountainous. We were up in the mountains, and it was, there was the little stream and lots of fishing and things like that. So anyway, the store was called the Lazy Trout, and they sold little souvenirs. So I have this little deer magnet. It says Greer, Arizona. And it's just got a little magnet in the back, and we'll stick it to the refrigerator. And I bought some, it was called Wild Huckleberry Crunch. It was like just a popcorn with chocolate and huckleberry, whatever stuff trickled on it. I had to take it out of the plastic bag and put it in it's a Ziploc bag, because the plastic bag that it was, was that kind of plastic that, tears or whatever. So this little ribbon was tied around it. So this is my representing the Wild Huckleberry Crunch. I'm surprised I haven't eaten it all by now, because it was really good. And then I bought this sweatshirt, partly because I had like a jacket, up there, but it was, I wanted something just sort of in between, something warm that I could wear easily. So this is from the Lazy Trout thing. So there's it's like a little American flag, but there's like an oar and things like that to make up the canoe here. Greer, Arizona. So yeah. So I had thought about, when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about in this video, I was gonna be wearing that sweatshirt, but A, I forgot that I was going to do that, and B, it would have been too hot, because it's kind of just right here in the living room right in Phoenix. So anyway, so that was Greer. Now I'm going to talk about cross stitch. So I took 3 projects up there with me because I wanted to finish the Blackwork Angel that I was working on during Mania, because I want to do a new Blackwork Angel for my June project for Embroidery.com's June stitching thing challenge, but also mostly for my cross stitch camp June project. So I have a finish. This was the Blackwork Angel I was working on during Mania. I finished it. It has the pattern, had called for the loop strings to be black up here where it crosses over the gold color, and then gold down here where it crosses over the black color. But I like the look of just the gold strings. I used, instead of, the pattern calls for Krynic to be used on all this gold stuff, but I used it has an alternative DMC color of gold that I used on that. And then of course my famous black stars. There's just 2 or 3 on this pattern. They're supposed to be gold, but they're black, because. But anyway, so I just did the lute strings. This is a toile on this gold, on these strings. I mean, it's just a single strand of a toile, and I think it looks fine. It looks fine. So I finished it. Yay! So I have got 5 of the 8 in this little pattern booklet. These are by Prairie Schooler. I've talked about this before. So I just have 3 to go. Where is it? I'm looking backwards. This one here with the angel and the trumpet. And this one here that says peace. And this one here that has an angel with a candle. So those are the two that, the three, I mean, that I have to choose from on this. But, well, I'll get to that later. So I have, you know, I have room for the other three on here. And possibly one more that I'll talk about that I might squeeze in there. But anyway, so that's my finish. My Blackwork Angel, number 5 of the 8. So then I also had 2 new starts, things that I took up there with me to Greer. And one of them was this Twin Peak Primitives Easter preparation. There's a little Easter bunny coloring eggs, and mice are helping him. So I need to make a working copy of this because I took it up there just like that, and I was afraid of crunching it. But I did the lettering on the banner up top here, these white letters and the white of the banner. So I have to do the little colored pennants around the letter, but I've done all the letters across the top. So that's up here. Yeah. And the Blackwork Angels and this one are on 28 count Lugana. Sorry, my throat. So that came up very nice. And I dyed this myself. So this should, it's not very long. It's only like 60, I think, I want to say 60 stitches. Yeah, high. So I didn't want to start it in the middle and use the whole thing, because these are the two sort of basically at the outer edges of the pattern out here. So it's not, you know, it's not very big. It'll be this probably basically this corner of the fabric. You can see the crease line. So it'll be just a little bit longer than the crease lines and probably not much, but beyond where it's folded down here. So yeah, so I'll have the whole rest of the piece of fabric to use. But anyway, so that's one of my new starts. Excuse me. And hopefully maybe during this cross stitch camp thing I can squeeze some work on these outside of my challenge pieces. So then the other thing I started was by Luminous Fiber Arts Spring Scamper, of course, that I've talked about endlessly. But so I took, this is the other one I took up there with me. And I got to start, this is the center of the design. This little bunny, this is the bunny on the carrot car. This little guy here. This was the beginning of it. So I started in the middle. This is pretty big. I don't have the count with me, but it's pretty big because it's going to take most of this piece of fabric. And this is I want to say a 32 count. Maybe it's 28 count linen. Yeah. So that's the middle, and it's probably, like I said, the design's probably going to take up most of it. It's pretty. It's bigger than it might look. But yeah. So that's the middle. So that's my other start. And I did some of this, like about half of it probably. Here at home since we got back. The Easter banner thing, of the letters I finished probably by Wednesday, thereabouts, something like that. So yeah, while we were up at camp. So that's all my stitching that I've done. I have one thing that I wanted to put out there, and I'm probably going to ask this question on Facebook and maybe Instagram too, I don't know. I haven't gone yet I haven't emailed the Wendy from this company, From the Heart NeadleArt by Wendy. This mini spring I'm going to do in July. It's not my June project, but my July project for a cross stitch camp. And so I was looking at the pattern to, you know, see what the size was and blah, blah, blah. And in it, I found some mistakes on the chart. Sorry about my chapped lips. They were very chapped up there. I think I wasn't drinking enough water while we were camping. But anyway, so I was looking at the chart, and the symbol for these butterflies up here is like a parallel, like an 11, parallel lines, vertical lines, and it's nowhere on the chart. The color, and it's different from the blue that's used here, because that is on the chart. And there's a color and the symbol for this one, but not for this. It's different. So this symbol that's used for the wings of the butterfly does not appear on the chart. The color doesn't appear on the chart. And also, I noticed that the black that is used here for the sheep and here for the bodies of the butterflies, it's listed as carriage black that you use, because it talks about, you know, the antennas and, you know, the back stitching of the antennas and stuff for the butterflies. And that's listed, but the symbol, like, you know, on the chart, the symbol is just a black box, you know, block, like you would normally see for 310, or for instance. But on the chart, it's like a black triangle, kind of, you know, half square. So it's another little, but you know, that's an error that easily, you know, you could look at that and say, okay, I know that's what they meant to do, whatever. But the 11, I don't know what, you know, I mean, I could just pick a color and put on there, but I was just wondering if anybody had any information, because I looked on the blog. There's a blog site that's listed on here, and I went and looked at it to see if maybe she had posted anything about any errors or whatever. But this, I think this just came out in March, I think, with the Needlework Expo. That's the first time I saw it anyway. So I think it just came out in the beginning of the year. So I don't know if anybody has stitched it yet, but I haven't seen anything about the errors. I haven't done a deep look, you know, on Facebook or anything like that to see if anybody has reported it, but or remarked about it. But I found, like I said, I found these errors in it. So I think I'm going to have to email and maybe to see if and post about it to see if anybody else has found it and figured it out. But anyway, so that's my stitching plans. So I'm going to move on to haul, because I have quite a bit and I have some exciting stuff to talk about. So anyway, one of the things that my sisters and I talked about was, as part of this cross-stitch camp, one of the things that Sherry, the organizer of it, is doing is some like kind of giveaway prizes or whatever for each month, and a grand prize, I guess, for the end of the summer. I mean, if everybody, you know, for people who participate in all 3 months or whatever. So anyway, she said, you know, if anybody is a, you know, crafter of some kind or whatever and wants to donate something for the giveaways, you know, to email her or whatever. So we talked about, my sisters and I talked about donating some things. So we're going to donate a project bag and a notions pouch and a scissor fob and a needle minder. So she can give those away however she wants to. We're, you know, trying to go for a camp theme kind of thing. So anyway, so we were working on some things to send to Sherry as for her giveaway prizes. So we're going to be doing that over the next couple of days. But anyway, so so I had talked about a few days ago, I mean last week, or I think it was last week, about some camping charms that I had found. And so we're going to send something from here to as part of one of these giveaways. But I went ahead, and last time we were at Hobby Lobby just the other day, and so I just went ahead and bought some more of these because I figured, you know, if for whoever doesn't get it in the giveaway or can't be part of Cross Stitch Camp for one reason or another, we're gonna have some of these on our Etsy shop as well. Hope to do that soon. But also, while I was there, of course, I found this owl that I think I'm going to make into a needle minder. And this one, I want to do it as a needle minder as well. Beautiful. But it's a little bit kind of heavy and large. But I think if I put a strong enough magnet on there, it might be a little heavy for your fabric, but it's beautiful. So, and I didn't want to do it as a scissor fob. It's kind of big for a scissor fob. But as a needle minder, it's right on the edge of being a little on the big side, but it's just lovely. So I couldn't leave it. I couldn't pass it up. So anyway, though, that's my purchases. And then also, I bought this sort of wilderness campy fabric. I think I'm going to try to make needle minders or something like that. But there's, you know, there's some mushrooms. And I didn't even know if I have this fabric or not, but I didn't want to pass it up just in case I don't have it. There's some foxes. Yeah, so anyway, I got this fabric. And speaking of fabrics, one of the reasons that we were at Joann's and then went to Hobby Lobby. And part of the reason was we were looking for camp-themed fabrics, you know, for this, like I said, that we were going to... sorry, I'm reaching over here because I didn't prepare properly. So anyway, we looked around at various camping fabrics because, again, we wanted to donate what do you call it? Project bag and a notions pouch, and I'm probably going to do a fabric covered button kind of needle minder made out of one of these camping fabrics. But so we that's what we went for first, was to find some camp themed fabrics that we could make project bags out of. So one to donate for a giveaway, and then others to put on the Etsy site. So we found this yellow fabric to go with this one, which has got, you know, fishermen and canoes and, you know, basically in some fish and all that. So this fishing fabric. And then this little sunny fabric to go with this one. There's lake and bear crossing, and there's an eagle there. Camping. There's an actual symbol that says camping. That one. And then this green fabric to go with this fox fabric. That's really pretty, these foxes. And there's another piece of this. Oh, more fox fabric. And then this camping fabric. There's mountain, the camper. And this this gray fabric to go with. It's just a kind of a gray, bluish, grayish, you know, to match kind of these little mountains. But anyway, so we went on kind of a fabric spree. Excuse me for a second while I move out of the way. But so, like I said, we're going to make one project bag and one notions pouch as part of the giveaways, and the rest are going to be hopefully up soon on our Etsy site for the summer, so people can, you know, purchase whatever if they're not participating in cross stitch camp, or, you know, don't win one of the giveaways or whatever. So then the other haul that I wanted to talk about was stuff that I had not really forgotten, but I guess it was after we got back. My dad went to check the mail and all his packages were like, oh, look at all my stuff. Looking forward to stuff coming. One of them actually I had forgotten about. I ordered a swimsuit online, and it was one of these that you had to order the top and the bottom separately. I ordered a two-piece thing that it's called a tankini, but so the top came. I was like opening the package, like, what is this? There's over these magazines from the websites, whatever. But then the little top part was in there. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I ordered this bathing suit. So I'm still waiting for the bottoms to come, But so that came. But I was very excited because I had a package from 123stitch. So I had finally ordered the 2021 Santa. I had kind of put it off. I wasn't sure if I wanted it, but the more I looked at it, the more I like it. This is called on the pattern. They refer to it as the pheasant because I was looking at it. It said something about the feather of the pheasant, the partridge. Excuse me, partridge feather. They call it a partridge, and it looks to me like a quail, except for the coloring, But this little bopper thing was what they were talking about. And I know quails have that little bopper. There's a little quail family that lives. I think that it must live. Either it lives in the yard, between our house and our neighbor's house, or they come over frequently because we see them a lot scurrying across the street in front of our house. But anyway, it looks like a quail to me, this little guy here, this bopper on his head. But there's an owl, there's another bird down here, there's a fox, a raccoon, and of course Santa, and the Prairie Schooler 2021. So I got that. And I also got this little mini card set, and this is set A. And the reason I bought this, I'm going to go ahead and take these out of the package. So there's this little, this is, it says right here, sorry. Farmer's Market, from Farmer's Market, or it's similar to what's in Farmer's Market. And these are not that necessarily all that small. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 50 by 50. It's kind of small. And this one, yeah, I don't know which way. Now I'm looking at it. Well, probably this way. And there's this one, a little deer. This one here. And of course there's a Santa. A little house. Sorry, I'm going to glare on my tablet. This one. S is for spring. This one says Christmas from the Christmas thing. There's holly berries. There's a little pincushion, hedgehog pincushion. Stick it here. And the reason that I got this is there's a Blackwork angel. And this is slightly different from the ones in the booklet that I have. It says peace like one of the other ones that I haven't done yet, but it's a different, it's a, horizontal angel. The one that says peace in the Prairie Schooler set that I have, the booklet that I have, is this one up here. It says peace. And so this is slightly different. Oops, sorry. So, yeah. So this is the reason I got this. And there's another Prairie Schooler booklet called Starry Night. Yeah, this talks about Starry Night. And I don't know if I have seen it. But I remember I have a picture actually saved on my phone that someone had posted. I don't know if it was in one of the D-Stash groups or they just posted it because they were working. I don't know. But there was Starry Night and the one little mini card, and then another one that has and I kept looking to see if it was in Starry Night, but I didn't see it in there. But it's two angels facing each other. And it was just like, it looked like it was just you would get a photocopy from a magazine, that kind of something, a picture like that. And I didn't write anything down about where they found it or why it was posted or whatever. I just saved that picture so I would know what I was looking for. And I've looked, I think, briefly, online and whatever. But so I'm kind of half on a mission, half not. But anyway, so I want to look for that Prairie Schooler Starry Night, and now I have the mini card, and to figure out what that other picture was, because it didn't have like a booklet or a label or whatever, so I don't know. Anyway, so that was my 1, 2, 3 stitch haul. And the other thing, the thing I was kind of holding my breath for, was this order from Owl Forest Embroidery. And now, like I said before, they've come up like 1884 Stitchery. She has them. She carries some Owl Forest things, but usually they go very quickly on her site. She's had the villain things, like I think it's Queen of Hearts, and a few other things that she's had that McKenna has featured on her site on 1884 Stitcher, and she sells out pretty quickly. So they're the ones that I've seen that have talked about, they sell pretty quickly, and they're hard to come by some that way, and they're kind of expensive, because they all have to come from Russia and all that. So, but then I was watching Just Keep Stitching, and Pam had mentioned that she had just ordered them directly from the site in Russia. And so I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on that and go look for them. So I went to look at the site, and I spent a lot of money there. So more than I would normally spend on patterns, things like that. But they're lovely. So that order came. So what I ordered was this Dragonfly and Ant kit. Hold on one second. So what came in this is, of course, the pattern itself. And it comes with a little booklet, like, basically how to cross stitch, things like that. And these smaller kits, they come with a needle. There's not a needle minder in here, but that's okay. And then, of course, the fabric. Hold on one second. Okay, so as I said, it comes with a pattern and the booklet and a needle and the floss. All right. And fabric. So that is the owl and, Ant and Dragonfly kit. And then I also got, so that's the Dragonfly and Ant. And I bought of course, the elephant and pug. And this kit again comes with everything. So it has a piece of fabric, the threads, and a needle, and instructions and stuff, and the chart. And I also got one that I had been thinking about since it was featured on a couple of sites, was the monstrous whale. I think it's called Monster Wonder Whale. That's what it's called. Monster Wonder Whale. So it's a whale with a village on his back. And there's a little ship there and some fish and ships. And so this one is one of their larger kits. So it comes with threads. And it comes with a little needle minder, a needle. It's got a little a little ship there, and a needle. And of course the instruction booklet. And fabric. And the pattern. Yeah, so very excited about that. I don't know when I'm going to stitch it. I don't have any specific plans for that, but I'm going to do that. I would have put it on my cross-stitch camp list, do it in July, do it one of those in July for the, new to me designer or whatever. But I wasn't sure when it was going to come. And also it's a little, I don't know about the smaller kits, the Dragonfly and Ant, Butterfly and Pug kits. I haven't looked exactly. I don't remember what size they are. So the reason that I chose the ones I chose, well, they're small enough to finish, start and finish within a month each. I'm hoping. So I wasn't. I couldn't quite remember the size of those other kits, and it wasn't, like I said, I wasn't sure when they were going to come, so I didn't want to do those for sure. I don't think they're very large. The smaller ones, I don't think they're all that large, because the fabric itself that comes in the kits is not large. But I've already chosen my projects for cross-stitch camp. But I might do those owl forest projects in addition to at least start them or whatever. So that's but I was very excited to find those in the mail when we got back. It was like, yay! So I think that is everything that I was going to talk about. So I'm getting ready for cross-stitch camp. The first of it begins June 1st, which is just a couple of days away. Today's the 29th, so 30th, 31st, 3 days. And I think that's it. So hopefully I'm gonna get my Blackwork Angel measured off, from the one that I finished to my new start, get that measured off, and where I'm going to start it, and get ready to start that on June 1st, and then find out about that mini spring, about the errors in this chart. So like I said, the video that we recorded up at the cabin is going to be the one that's released this weekend, instead of a new one, because it was fun up there at the cabin. But that's just a different setting. So that'll come out this weekend. And I think that's everything. And so if you're doing cross-stitch camp, I will see you all on June 1st as we post the beginning and the daily progress for cross-stitch camp, and in the embroidery.com June challenge, summer challenge. So I will see you then, and see you next week. All right. Thanks. Bye.